So chapter 21 described about sun. It basically talks about sun's chariot, sun's horizontal motion, sun's vertical motion. Everything about sun is present in chapter 21. And in chapter 22, there is a description about other planets, where the other planets are situated, what kind of motion do they have. Such kind of information is given in the 22nd chapter. In the 23rd chapter, within Swargaloka, whatever is missing in 21st and 22nd chapters is covered in the 23rd chapter. That's how these chapters are connected to each other. The 22nd chapter describes the various speeds of the sun in the zodiac, the placement of various planets, and their auspicious and inauspicious effects upon us. So in the previous chapter, at one point of time, it is said that for the people on the Meru, on the top of Meru, they will have constantly sunlight. For 6 months, they will have daytime. For 6 months, they will have nighttime. So now, they also said that, but for the Meru, apparently appears that sun is keeping Meru both right hand side and left hand side also. Don't ask me how right now. The meaning will be explained by Sukadeva Goswami. So he heard about it in the first chapter. Now in the second chapter, Parikshit Maharaj is raising the question. So my dear Lord, you have already affirmed the truth that the supremely powerful sun god travels around Dhruvaloka with both Dhruvaloka and Mount Meru on his right. Yet, at the same time, on his right means the sun on a daily basis, he does parikrama around Dhruvaloka. When we do parikrama around Tulsi Maharani is towards our right hand or left hand? Right hand. Normally it is our right hand. So sun is also, while sun is doing normal rotation, he is keeping both Dhruvaloka and Mount Meru to his right hand side. But yet, at the same time, the sun god faces the signs of the zodiac and keeps Sumeru and Dhruvaloka on his left. How can we accept that the sun god proceeds with Sumeru and Dhruvaloka on both his right and left? Because there Sukadeva Goswami mentioned that it appears that sun is keeping Dhruva to his right as well as left also. If right is happening, left should not happen. If left is happening, right should not happen. Dono kaise hoga? So like that, he is asking a question. This question will be able to explain thoroughly tomorrow afternoon when I show the simulation. We'll be able to see it clearly. But right now, we'll see what is our Sukadeva Goswami saying. In the previous chapter, it was mentioned that the sun travels with its left side, Meru, facing the zodiac, and also travels with its right side to Meru. King Parikshit asked for clarification. Daily, the sun appears to be moving in the clockwise direction. Every day, the sun travels in the clockwise direction. However, you have said that facing the constellation, the sun goes counterclockwise also. We showed one slide, na? From Makara, he goes to Kumbha, Kumbha to Meena, Meena to Mesha, Mesha to Miduna, Miduna to like that. So it seems going in the counterclockwise direction. How can this be conceived since it is contradictory? If he is going clockwise, he cannot go counterclockwise. Dono kaise ho sakte hai saath mein? That was the question. For which Sukadeva Goswami says, just as the motion of the ants and the potter's wheel moving in the opposite direction from the rotation of the wheel is different from that of the wheel because they can be observed moving from one place to other place on top of the wheel. So there is a potter's wheel moving in the clockwise direction. If there is an ant on top of the potter's wheel, stationary, then the ant also moving along with the wheel in the clockwise direction. But if the ant is walking in the opposite direction of the potter's wheel, right now, the ant and potter's wheel are here. The potter's wheel made one round. It will take some 10 seconds. In the meantime, the ant moved 10 steps in the counterclockwise. Then after 10 seconds, the ant is seen at a different place on top of the potter's wheel. It is seemed to be moving in the counterclockwise. Like that, after 10 rounds, the ant has gone from here to here. After 20 rounds, it has gone here. 30 rounds here. 40 rounds, it has come to normal position. So, since the ant is traveling in the counterclockwise on top of the wheel, So we have two motions. When you are standing outside, you see the potter's wheel and ant are moving clockwise. But if you stand on the potter's wheel, then you see that the ant is moving in the counterclockwise. Thus, the sun seems to be having two motions, both clockwise as well as counterclockwise. The motion of the planets and sun moving with the wheel of time, which is moving clockwise around Meru and Dhruva, as seen by the stars, is different from the movement of the wheel of time, since they can be observed moving in different constellations and zodiac signs in the opposite direction. I'll show you animation about this tomorrow morning session. So when we discuss the movement of the sun and all.
So here the ant is the zodiac.
Now Potter's wheel is the zodiac, ant is the sun. Just like that. The planets are moving opposite direction of the wheel. There is no contradiction since there are two separate movements, the movement of the wheel and the individual movement. Yes, bro.
तो zodiac का जो wheel बताया था आपने, that is the wheel of Kali Chakra.
That is Kali Chakra. That will be explained in the next verse. The next verse explains the zodiac wheel. Here is the verse. The original cause of cosmic manifestation, the Supreme Lord, known as Narayana, made of the Vedas, worshipped by the sages by the recitation of the Vedas, divided himself into 12 forms and 6 seasons. Lord Narayana himself expanded as a Kala Chakra consisting of 12 spokes and 6 rims. The 12 spokes are corresponding to 12 zodiac signs or 12 solar months, and 6 rims are corresponding to 6 seasons. Sharad Rutu, like that. For what purpose? For purifying the activities of the people, and he arranged the qualities of the seasons for enjoying according to their karma. Lokanam karma vishuddha nimittani. If there are no months, if there are no seasons, if everything is same, we will do all the activities routinely throughout the year. But we have tithis, months, seasons, and hence the activities are varying. For example, today is Vasanta Panchami. A big lot of activities are going on. They are preparing for Pushya Abhishek, which is supposed to happen today, but they are doing day after tomorrow because of the logistic reasons, so that more devotees can come. So this festival is there. So people are engaged in devotional service. There is purification of the heart. Like that, because Lord manifested in the form of Kala Chakra, so that we have all these different distinctions, so that we engage in various services day in, day out, so that we are purified. If every day is same only, there is no distinction as Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, there is no distinction as Ekadashi, Dwadashi, there is no distinction of Adhika Mas, normal Mas, Chatur Mas, then throughout the year is same routine. So we don't have any opportunity for purification. So karma vishuddha nimittani, in order to purify all our activities so that we can come back to Godhead, the Supreme Lord expanded himself as Kala Chakra. So like that. The Lord famous as time, the time personified, Kalosmi, divided himself into 12 forms and 6 seasons for purifying the activities of the people. This means through time, he regulates their actions. He arranged for the qualities of the seasons such as heat and cold, which are experienced according to karma. Change in seasons are all because of the time, and we are experiencing our karma. This is Kala Chakra revolving continuously day in, day out. The Kala Chakra is made up of 12 spokes and 6 rims. The 12 spokes correspond to 12 zodiac signs: Mesha, Vrishaba, Mithuna, Karka, Simha, Kanya, Tula, Vrishika, Dhanu, Karka, Makara, and Kumbha, and Meena. The 6 seasons are there. So now you see, here only it is there. So normally, the Kala Chakra is moving, along with that sun and moon are also moving for a third person observation. But while they are moving like that, the moon keeps moving backward, like an ant moving backward. Again, you observe clearly. Sun also keeps moving backward, but the movement of sun is very slow. But the moon is little faster in the backward. This is after one round. After second round, it is still further moves backward. Okay. Since anyway the subject came, I'll explain. So Kala Chakra is moving. It is taking all the planets along with it. Here, especially we are discussing about sun and moon. The sun and moon are also going along with the Kala Chakra, but their speed is less than that of Kala Chakra. When Kala Chakra makes one round, that is 360 degrees circular, the sun completes 359 degrees. Approximately is lying behind by 1 degree every round. Little less than 1 degree, 0.9 degrees. So when Kala Chakra completes 365.25 rounds, sun completes 365 point. When Kala Chakra completes 366 rounds, sun completes 365 rounds. So how many rounds less? One round.
When Kala Chakra completes 366.
Sun completes 365.
355.
How many days are there in a year?
360.
365 only.
So every day it is
not every day. Every one round of Kala Chakra, the sun lags behind by 0.98 degrees. So 0.98, 0.98 like that 0.98 into 366 is equal to 360 degrees. Or 0.98 into 31. How much?
Close to 30.
30. So out in 30 rounds of Kala Chakra, the sun gradually moves from Mesha to Vrishabha. In another 31 rounds of Kala Chakra, it goes from here to here. In another 31 rounds, it goes from here to here like that. 30.5 you take approximately. 30.5 into 12, 366. In 366 rounds, while Kala Chakra completes, the sun gradually moved from one Rashi to next Rashi, third Rashi, fourth Rashi, like that. It again comes back to original point. So sun's one round is 1 day. When sun is here, it rises. Again, when sun comes here, again next rising like that. So sun makes 365 rounds. In the meantime, Kala Chakra makes 366 rounds. But with respect to Kala Chakra, in that time, the sun passed through all the 12 zodiac signs. That is called one samvatsara.
Offset of 30 days. So there will be an offset of 1 day.
What 1 day? No 1 day, one round.
Offset of 1 round, but the distance, the relative distance, for example, now it is in
it is in Mesha.
Mesha. Then it will go to Vrishabha.
After 1 month, it will go to Vrishabha. After 1 month, it goes to Miduna. After 1 month, it goes to Karka. After 1 month, it goes to Shimha, Kanya, Tula, Vichika, Dhanu, Makara, Kumbha, Meena, etc. Okay? But in the same time, after one round of Kala Chakra, the moon goes behind by 13 degrees. Moon ka fast hai na? Abhi this line to this line is 30 degrees. So now in two rounds, it is 26 degrees behind. In one day, it is approximately 30 degrees, 13 degrees piche ja raha hai. So after 30 rounds of Kala Chakra, what happens to the moon? Matlab? One complete round and one junction to other junction. In the 30 where are they? It's not visible only. One second. Yeah. When sun and moon are together, that is called Amavasya. After 30 rounds, the moon goes around and goes from here to here, 300 degrees. Na? In the meantime, 30 rounds, sun goes from here to here. Again, sun and moon are together. That is called next Amavasya. After 30 rounds, moon goes around and comes here. In that, sun goes from here to here. That is next Amavasya. So like that, approximately over every 29.5 days, there is a new Amavasya. 29.5 days. The new Amavasya keeps coming. The lunar month keeps changing. Approximately after every 30.5 days, the sun goes into new zodiac sign. अभी वही प्रॉब्लम है. Chaitra, Vaishaka, Jyeshta, Ashada, Shravana are lunar month. One Amavasya to other Amavasya is called one lunar month. And sun moving from one zodiac sign to other zodiac sign is called solar month. When sun is passing in Mesha Rashi, that is called Mesha.
So according to Sankranti to
Mesha Rashi.
Sankranti,
6 months. Sankranti to Sankranti, 1 month.
1 month. That is the solar calendar.
Solar calendar. So like that. So here, what is happening? So the moon completes 12 lunar months for a period of 355 days. Because 1 month is 29.5 days. Into 12. 12, 30, 360. 12 of 6. 360 minus 6.
355.
Approximately 355. In 355 days, there are 12 Amavasyas are completed. In 366 days, 1 year is completed. 1 solar year is completed. How much difference is there?
366 or 365.
365. Sorry, 365. 10 days difference. 10 to 11 days difference is there. If you accumulate them for 3 years, then what happens?
30.
That will be another lunar month. That will be Adhika Mas. That's how the Adhika Mas happens. And in the same picture, when you see, as sun is moving around, here on the earth also day and nights are varying. You see from the beginning. So here, this is front view, this is top view. Now sun is setting in India. When sun goes behind, this part of the earth globe gets dark. Again, the sun will rise. This is the top view. This is the front view. The same way, so initially when the moon is in front of sun, we can't see the moon only. There is no moon. But when the moon is gradually going away from sun, the next day, we get to see a small arc of the moon. Like that, day by day, the arc of the moon increases more and more. So now in the second round, you see, little bit moon we can see. If we continue to do one more round, the moon's amount will keep increasing more and more. So like that.
So
like that, the
now,
visible moon also keeps increasing day by day.
For example, now if you are in India, from India's perspective, when the moon moves, when will be the Purnima we actually observe? When exactly?
When the moon is the opposite side. When the moon is the opposite, that is Purnima.
If India is actually bottom.
Forget about India. It is Paurnami. When it is Paurnami, it is Paurnami in India also, in America also. Paurnami will be same for everyone. Paurnami has nothing to do with the country and the earth globe. Paurnami is based on sun is here, the moon is here. When the moon is opposite to sun, that is Paurnami. When the moon is in front of sun, that is Amavasya. In 15 days, the moon moves from here to here. Because every day is going behind by 13 degrees. In 15 days, how many degrees? 15 days into 30 degrees, 13 degrees. How much? 15 into 13.
150 plus 45.
195. In 15 days, sun also goes ahead of 15 degrees. Because every day is going ahead 1 degree. Na? So 195 minus 15. How much? They're exactly opposite. That is Paurnami.
When they are opposite, how do we perceive it as Paurnami? That I did not know.
I'll tell you. So now, here in this picture, what is happening? So when these two are together, the moon is in front of us. At any given point of time, from the surface of the earth, anyone will see the moon which is inside the Inside this orbital circle, inside this orbital blue circle is there, na? Inside that, whatever moon is that is seen by us. Currently, the moon inside the circle is all dark. We can't see.
Yes.
Inside the circle is all dark. We can't see. The top portion is all dark. We can't see. But because the moon is going away from sun, here small portion is coming inside this blue circle. That much we can see after 1 or 2 days. See, second day it will come. See, now some portion is inside the circle, blue circle. That much we can see. Like that, when the same moon goes here, 50% of the moon is inside the circle. We can see the 50% half moon. When the same moon goes here exactly, this part is toward the sun. So that much we can see on that particular day. Full moon we can see on that particular day. I have slide at other time. That time we'll discuss. I'll show you that. There is another simulation for the moon. That I will show.
Probably from that I can understand.
So
Here,
that
all-
tomorrow. When the same moon comes here, this side of the moon will be bright.
Where are we from? Because you are
We are in
saying
India.
in India, America, it really doesn't matter whether how
Yeah,
Purnima is.
Yeah, because the day Purnima in India, it is also Purnima in America also.
Correct.
Because they're continuously moving, na? So morning to evening, night to early morning we see Purnima. They see opposite
next-
afterwards. After next 2 hours they see Purnima.
But Purnima, okay, you are going to explain more. So the same, if someone understands the same charts, they are actually using the same charts, they actually predict the astrology.
Yes.
The right side moments and all.
People, by following Varnashrama duties and worshipping the sun with faith, by yoga and by regulated activities, high and low, which are authorized by the Vedas, easily attain the highest goal. Okay? The sun is empowered representative of Supreme Lord, Shakti Avesh Avatar. So by performing one's Varnashrama duties, worshipping the Supreme Lord in the form of sun, one attains the highest goal. That's why the Brahmanas are performing Argya, Gayatri every day. Even Kshatriyas also, the Dvija is supposed to perform Gayatri every day. So that's how they attain perfection. People who follow Varnashrama and worship the sun in the form of Indra and others by activities mentioned in the Vedas and by Ashtanga Yoga attain the highest goal. Otherwise, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Jatre Sheni, Pai Murari. The sun, soul of the worlds, situated in the zodiac belt, in the Antariksha, between heaven and earth. Antariksha means Bhuvarloka. Enjoys 12 months, indicated by the names of 12 zodiac signs, which are the limbs of the year, 12 limbs of the year. The wise say that 1 month is 2 fortnights by lunar calculations. That means the wise people say that 1 lunar month is called as 2 lunar fortnights. Shukla Paksha, Krishna Paksha. Okay. Which is a day and night for the Pitrus. 1 Paksha is the daytime for the Pitrus, 1 Paksha is the night time for the Pitrus. Or the time it takes the sun to pass through the 2.5 quarter constellation. So, this is, we'll explain tomorrow. Forget about this, don't worry. Passing 2 months, it enjoys a season. The sun, when passes the 2 months, it enjoys a season. Rutu. In this way, the one limb of the year is described. This verse explains the months according to the movement of sun. Situated in the zodiac belt between heaven and earth in the Antariksha, the sun enjoys month. A month is 2 fortnights according to the lunar calculations, which is a day and night for the Pitrus. A month is 2.5 quarter constellations by movement of sun. This is a solar month, approximately 30 days. The sun, as time or the month, enjoys a 12th portion of the celestial circle, which moves on its own. The Kala Chakra moves on its own. The planets are pulled by the Kala Chakra. Kala Chakra is like the engine. The planets are like the bogies. They are pulled by the Kala Chakra in that way. This is not stated but should be understood. 2 months is a season. The time to move over half the zodiac belt is called an ayana. The sun starting from Makara to Karaka is called Uttarayana. Karaka to Makara is called Dakshinayana. 6 months, 6 solar months is called one ayana. This is a period of 6 months. The time it takes for the sun to pass completely through the antariksha along with the earth plane and heavenly plane with slow, quick and medium speeds is called Samvatsara, Parivastara, Idavastara, Anuvastara and Vastara. So the sun is moving around, the moon also moves around, other planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, Mercury, Venus also moving around. So based on the calculations based on different planets, they call different years. It should be understood that the Antariksha is equal in size to the earthly and heavenly plane surrounding on either side. The different names of the year according to the use based on different calculations has been described in the third canto. Third canto gives the meaning of Samvatsara, Parivastara, Idavastara, Anuvastara and Vastara. What was mentioned there? Oh Vidura, the sun's full revolution through the zodiac belt is called Samvatsara. Sun passing through 12 zodiac signs is called one Samvatsara. The full revolution of Jupiter through the zodiac is called Parivastara. Jupiter will cover one zodiac sign over 1 year. He will cover 12 zodiac signs over 12 years. It is actually 11.8 years. So 11.88 years is called one Parivastara. Or 360 days is called one Parivastara. Because Jupiter will take 360 days to move from one Rashi to other Rashi. He will go slowly.
Where is the position of Jupiter?
Wait, wherever you may be, it will come later. The year for 27 constellations is called Vastara. The nakshatra's year is called Vastara. The lunar year is called Anuvastara. The remaining constellations have a year called Idavastara. Like the different personalities, they keep moving. Based on them, the different year names are used. These are all used by our ancient Panchanga makers. Nowadays, we don't use. Nowadays, we don't know what is lunar year also. Many people don't know. What we know is only calendar year. So that is our current position. The moon, situated 100,000 yojanas above the rays of the sun, moving with quicker speed, covers the sun's year in 2 fortnights, sun's month in 2.5 quarter days, and sun's fortnight in 1 day. For sun to move around, how much time it take? 365 days, 1 year. For the moon to move around, how much time it takes? 1 month. Okay. So the moon covers sun's year in 2 fortnights. In a 1 month, the moon covers the 12 zodiac signs. But for sun, it takes 1 year. Are you able to follow?
Yeah.
The previous calculation. Sun is 1 degree behind, moon is 13 degrees behind. In 1 year, sun makes 1 round. In 1 month, moon makes 1 round. In fact, it makes more than 1 month. Within 27 days only, moon makes 360 degrees. In 29.5 days, it goes 13 degrees per round or per day you take approximately. In 30 days, it will be taking 39 degrees. In 27 days, it will do 360 degrees. Approximately. 27 days mein ho jata hai. So that is approximately 1 month. Bhagavatam never gives exact numbers. It is always approximate. And sun's month in 2.5 quarter days. 1 month means 30 degrees. So 1 day, the moon is going behind by 13 degrees. Second day, 13 plus 13, 26. How much is remaining? 4 degrees. So 4 degrees के लिए कितना टाइम चाहिए मून के लिए? In 1 day 13 degrees. 4 degrees के लिए कितना? 1/4. 2.5 quarter. And sun's fortnight in 1 day. 2.25. 2.25. 2.25 into 13 degrees. How much it will be? 30 or not? That's what. In 1 month, sun travels 30 degrees. In 2.25 days, moon travels 30 degrees. In half month, sun travels 15 degrees. Okay. In 1 day, the moon travels 13 degrees. 13 and 15 very close by. So like that it is said. Just comparison indicating that the sun is slow, moon is fast. The location and effect of the moon.
In 1 month, 15 degrees.
Who?
Sun.
1 month, 30 degrees. 1 day, 1 degree. 1 day, 1 degree.
Okay.
Sun 1 day, 1 degree. Moon 1 day, 13 degrees. That's all. That is the basic.
Yeah.
Sun takes 360 degrees to cover one zodiac sign. Moon takes 27 days. Sun takes 30 days to cover one zodiac sign. Moon takes 2.25 days. That's all. Remaining all connect to that. The sun's rays refers to the rays of the sun that are coming to our earth globe. The moon is 100,000 yojanas above the sun. If you read the purport of this text number 8, okay? So Prabhupada says that moon is 1 lakh yojanas above the sun. Prabhupada keeps the moon here. If at all one wants to go to moon, one first start from the earth, go to sun and go 1 lakh yojanas above. So that's why Prabhupada says that moon is farther than sun. Why? Sunday comes before Monday.
But is that right?
No, it is not right. Horizontally, sun is at a long distance. But currently, Bhagavatam is describing the vertical heights. So with respect to the sun rays which are coming to the earth, on this particular day, for which Srila Vasudev compiled all the information, the moon is located above.
In vertical
height,
moon is above.
On that particular day. Later on, after few days, sun gradually goes above. The moon will come below the sun. This above below situation is not permanent thing. The details given in Bhagavatam and other Puranas is the position of the planets on one Makar Sankranti, on the day of Makar Sankranti. On the day of Makar Sankranti, sun will be below all the planets and all the planets are above. But in due course of time, for the sun to go from bottommost point to the topmost point takes 6 months. For the moon to go from bottommost point to topmost point, it will take 14 days. In 14
moon
days.
also moves in the very same axis as the sun moves. Like 2 axes.
Yeah. Moon also goes up and down and circular also.
They are situated in the same axis.
No, moon का axis अलग है, इनका axis अलग है. थोड़ा आगे पीछे हो सकता है. Similar, not exactly same.
So, what is the difference between the moon's axis and the sun's axis?
Why you want to know about the axis? What is the use of the axis?
Because it keeps changing.
Axis changing doesn't matter. For us, the moon is going up and down also while moving circular. On a normal day, the moon moves along the dotted line. This is the orbit. But today is moving here and tomorrow you will move here, thoda below, and day after tomorrow thoda below. In the meantime, sun is also going above. After 1 week, sun goes above, moon comes below. So like that. This positioning is not permanent. But on that Makar Sankranti, they are like this. So it is like that. The moon is very close to earth. The sun is very far from the earth. So when Prabhupada says that the moon is farther than the sun, one cannot go to moon. Scientists are saying about the gone to moon. That is not possible like that. Prabhupada dismisses. And the same Prabhupada told his disciples to study carefully and present it properly. That time Prabhupada said something because just to avoid the unnecessary argumentation, etc., etc. Just to avoid the debates and all. But otherwise, this is like this. The moon, with its waxing and waning phases, creates day for the Devatas during the waxing phases and creates day for the Pitrus during the waning phases. The moon, called life itself, supporting the life of all beings, passes through one constellation in 30 muhurtas, that is 1 day. Yesterday also we were discussing the prayer. Yesterday or pre-morning? the prayer offered by the residents of Lakshadweepa. They were offering prayers to moon god. The understanding is the waxing and waning phases are day and night for the devatas and night and day for the Pitrus. So waxing phase is day for the devatas, waning is night for the devatas. And waxing is night for the Pitrus, waning is day for the Pitrus. That means Shukla Paksha is the daytime for the devatas. Krishna Paksha is the daytime for the Pitrus. So Krishna Paksha is good for worshipping Pitrus. Shukla Paksha is good for worshipping the devatas. So any festival that involves in devata worship should be performed during Shukla Paksha. Any festival that involves in worshipping Pitrus should be in Krishna Paksha. It is good. The moon is the life of all beings because it produces food in the form of plants. It is because of the moon we have the taste or the juice in our food grains, vegetables, flowers, and fruits. Shruti says, Annam hi prananam prana. Food is the life of all beings. Annat bhavanti bhutani. All of us subsist on Anna only. The moon is called the Jiva because it is made up of immortal nectar necessary for living. Annam hi prananam prana is found in Taittiriya Brahmana. Okay, before that, what was the concept? Morning we were discussing, no? When the water is evaporated by sun, it goes to the moon. And moon extract the essence of the evaporated water. As the remaining water comes down from the clouds. The essence is stored on the surface of the moon. It starts extracting from the day after Amavasya. So every day, Pratipa, Dvitiya, thoda accumulate karte rehte. As the amount of nectar is becoming increasing, we are get to see the moon bigger and becoming bigger and whiter and whiter, more. By Paurnami, the complete surface of the moon is occupied by nectar. Then moon invites all the 3 crore devatas to come and have their regular meal. As the devatas come and accept the somarasa, the amount of somarasa gradually reduces from the day after Paurnami. Pratipad, like that, slowly the moon is diminishing. Till the noon of Amavasya, the devatas drink the somarasa. In the second half of the Amavasya, the Pitrus are invited to accept the remaining portion. So by the end of the Amavasya, the entire nectar is consumed. So moon becomes completely invisible. And the next day onwards, again moon starts accumulating nectar. Again it becomes full. Again moon invites the devatas. They drink the nectar. It is becoming less. Again increasing. This is a constant phenomenon. Goes on.
When the nectar is being absorbed by the moon, when the human beings, when they get the rainfall, they are bereft of the nectar, or moon is going to supply it in any other form.
Nectar is not required for the human beings. Human beings के लिए बारिश चाहिए, nectar नहीं चाहिए.
You said that the essence of the water, what is that essence?
That is nectar. Essence of the yogurt is butter. Okay. So like that. After butter निकलने के बाद buttermilk है ना? Buttermilk is also good. From Ayurveda point of view, buttermilk is better than yogurt. That is good for us. So in that way. For us rain चाहिए. For us nectar नहीं चाहिए. We cannot digest nectar. आप करते रहेंगे शायद. देवता होंगे आपको हो जाएगा. But हमको नहीं होगा. ये होगा ना होगा. So now, for the devatas, the moon is providing their food in the form of somarasa. And then, Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Soma Bhutva Rasatmaka. Pushnami Aushadhi Sarve Soma Bhutva Rasatmaka. Soma is Rasa Atmaka. Soma's nature is made up of Rasa. Because Soma is filled with Rasa, that Rasa comes to us in the form of cooling moon rays. Because of the cooling moon rays, there is Rasa formed in the food grains, vegetables, leafy vegetables, flowers, and fruits. Whatever juice, whatever taste that we are experiencing from flowers, fruits, vegetables, leaves, food grains, everything is actually coming from the moon. Even whatever taste that is there in the green grasses, that is also coming from the moon. The animals are experiencing the taste by eating that green grasses. And other animals feeding upon these herbivorous animals, they are also nourished. The nourishment of each and every living entity all over the universe, especially Bhuloka, Borloka, Saroloka, is depend upon moon. The moon is giving nectar for the devatas, is giving rain for us, and hence food grains, grasses, everything is coming to us. And by the cooling moon rays, he is also giving us relief from hot temperature in the summers. We can appreciate cool rays in the summer. Throughout the day is very hot in the night. There is a Paurnami, full moon day and moon rays, very soothing. In the winter, it is very heavy. That's why we have so much cold. So like that. It is the moon who is nourishing all of us by his cooling moon rays and by providing nectar, by providing food, juices, everything. So moon is called as immortal Jiva. As long as moon is there, we can survive. If moon is not there, we will die. We will get food grains, but dry food grains only. उसमें कुछ juice नहीं रहेगा. क्या enjoy करेंगे आप? It's like that. This is how the moon moves around the earth on monthly basis. That is the orbit of the moon around earth. And the moon is divided into two parts. One part is occupied by the devatas, known as sadhyas. Other part is occupied by the pitrus. So this portion is occupied by the pitrus, this portion is occupied by the devatas. When moon is in between the earth and sun, that is called Amavasya. When the moon is in the other side, that is called Paurnami. So normally wherever the moon is there, this part of the moon is always bright because of the sun. Sun is this side, sunlight is coming like this. If moon is here, this part of the moon is bright. When moon is here, this part of the moon is bright. When moon is here, this part of the moon is bright. But we'll be able to see moon only which is inside the circle, inside the data circle. On the Amavasya day, this part is dark. So we only see dark moon. But anyway, since the moon is in front of sun, we can't see. When the same moon goes here after 8 days, so this part of the moon is bright. But from the earth, we see this part of the moon. We see this part of the moon. In that, half moon is bright and half moon is dark.
Why red is considered dark?
Sunlight is only falling this portion of the moon. Okay. Na? This portion sunlight is not there. So we can't see. Where there is no sunlight, we can't see it. And here, the sunlight is falling on this entire surface. So we see the full moon. But on a Paurnami.
Moon size is actually lower.
Low matlab?
Smaller, not lower.
Small, big, chhod do. Moon to hai na upar.
Because if Earth is coming in the center, moon is over there, then how the sunrays would be falling onto the moon?
Oh, you are telling about it is blocking? But moon is above also, na? Moon is above and below also. Moon is going up and down also. Okay. Not necessarily always. When the three of them come in the same line, that time eclipse happens. Every Paurnami there is not eclipse. So it's going up and down also. When it's going up and down, there will be no eclipse. When three of them come in the same straight line, there will be eclipse. So like that. This is called Shukla Paksha. And the other 15 days is called Krishna Paksha. This time is called Krishna Paksha. Here moon is full. Gradually by 8 days it becomes off. After 8 days it becomes 0.
So when it is actually over here, just because of the glaring effulgence of the sun, we are not able to see the moon.
Even if we see also, we only see the dark portion of the moon, not the bright portion of the moon is this side. That moon we can't see. Because we are standing on the surface of the earth. Either here or anywhere.
This is full moon day, no? Right now,
this is full moon day. This is new moon day. This is Ashtami here, this is Ashtami here. That is front view. This is the side view.
If you see from the side view, then it becomes more.
Okay. Now one interesting thing from Vayu Purana.
Even from the side view, you have taken the same axis for it. If you take
see, Prabhuji, this is only just to explain the Shukla Paksha, Krishna Paksha, and the Devatas where they are Pitu there. It's not about movements. This section of the presentation not for the movements. Don't combine all the things.
Okay.
Movements ke liye we have to wait. Other part. This is from Vayupurana. Vayupurana says that the sun is made up of condensed fire element. Yes or no? Sun is a fiery ball or not?
Yes.
Similarly, earth is made up of condensed earth element. Though there is a lot of water on the surface of the earth, but by constitution, earth is solid earth mud block. Similarly, the moon is made up of condensed water element. So moon is a icy planet. It is not sand planet or mud planet. If at all somebody is going to moon, if at all somebody said they have gone to moon, they should have gone to an abode which is made up of condensed water.
But in that case also,
condensed
As,
water matlab it is ice.
Yes.
So it is
Full.
pura cold hai.
Pura ice planet hai.
but on the surface there can be anything. As how on the surface of the earth there is other thing which is covered. Similarly, on the surface of the moon also it can be anything. We
What
don't have to
what can be? What can be? What?
Sand also can be there. Earth also can be there.
So,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is speculation. Is there any Shastri statement? which
water
can
के ऊपर
refute
okay.
this?
फायर के ऊपर भी सैंड रहेगा. सन इज अ फायरी प्लैनेट ना. उसके ऊपर कुछ सैंड रहेगा, कुछ वाटर रहेगा.
But they may not be compatible, Prabhu.
हाँ.
But here it is compatible.
Same logic only I am using.
Means fire
Okay.
and
Even
अर्थ में वाटर भी है.
हाँ. So water में earth भी रहेगा, ऐसा बोल रहे हैं.
हाँ, वो सरफेस के ऊपर अर्थ एलिमेंट रह सकता है.
ऐसा करके शास्त्र में बोला नहीं. शास्त्र में ऐसे बोला था, it is made up of condensed.
Yes, but अर्थ के लिए भी ऐसे ही बोले थे.
अर्थ के लिए भी वाटर रहना चाहिए. वाटर नहीं रहेगा तो अर्थ becomes disintegrated. The dust particles become disintegrated, it becomes हवा में जाएगा. हम सब हवा में जाएगा.
So
उसके लिए जरूरत है, but इसके लिए जरूरत नहीं. Is condensed water can stay together without earth element, but condensed earth element cannot stay together without water element. You apply that logic.
Why?
Can the dust particles stay together without any moisture content in that? Without any water content in that?
Apply same logic. Can the fire element stay together as a condensed?
Yes. Fire element can stay together.
Oh, how?
Okay, अब एक सिलेंडर ले लो, चला दो, वो फायर ही रहेगा. चूल्हा के अंदर फायर रहता है, उधर और कुछ रहता है क्या?
Okay.
जब तक गैस रहेगा तब तक फायर चलता रहेगा. Is there anything required to keep the fire together?
No, if you say take the coal, coal is a compressed earth element. It is staying without the help of the water.
No. How did the coal came into existence? Without giving water to the seed, will there be any tree? How will that coal came into existence? Does it came into existence without water element?
Okay, if you take the stone as such, the stone does not have the water. The mountain stones, it does not actually have the water. But the condensed earth element could exist even without the support of the water.
But that is not that is not good for inhabitants. For us, earth element means the earth is meant for inhabitants. Stone के ऊपर आप cultivate नहीं कर सकते, घर भी नहीं बना सकते, inhabit भी नहीं कर सकते. I understood your logic, but earth is meant for residing. It is not meant for just because I want to say that is called earth. A stone structure is not meant for inhabitants. Even we also have so many mountains. They are abandoned. No one stays. We are talking about that earth which is meant to reside and cultivate fields.
This exists and the logic also is true. But can we use the very same logic to apply it on the moon, saying that on the surface earth element should not be there?
I'm not saying should not be there.
Existence of the logic. The logic is because it is needed, it is here.
It is here.
Over there,
not
it is
required.
not needed, so it is not there. To actually conclude in that way, it is.
But I'm saying Soma is rasa atmaka.
Okay.
The Soma is made up of rasa. Rasa is water. Rasuma Soma is made up of water.
That is agreed.
So,
but it does not eliminate the combination of other elements on the
it could be there, but generally, when we say Soma is rasatmaka, it should be 99% is
inside core of the earth, it is earth element. On the surface, majority is water.
Okay.
So on the in the core, moon is condensed water. On the surface, it can be earth element also.
Right.
Even if not major, minor.
But majority is what?
Majority.
You can that just because on surface there is some earth element, you cannot say it is made up of earth element.
No, actually, I want to I'm not actually arguing for you. Based on this, I want to actually understand whether there are any other things.
See, by telling this, by giving 100% to this, Soma is made up of rasa. I am trying to deny the possibility of the human being landing on the moon with the earth body, with the earthly body.
Oh, okay. How?
Because it's not an earthly planet.
Okay.
A earthly bodied person cannot land on non-earthly abode in the same body. Unless until they have some spiritual credits.
Okay, that logic I understand.
From the normal material point of view.
Logic, that earth element cannot actually stay on the
see, this is the one of the this slide I used to explain the moon landing episode and all. So normally we hear that moon landing happened, many people went there, etc. From Shastra point of view, the material rocket can be sent close to the moon, but landing on the moon is based on the acceptance of the people on the moon. Without their permission, without their prior approval, we cannot land on the moon.
But
if at all one lands, they should be landing on the watery surface. The moon is a watery surface.
This conclusion by I understood that Shastric perspective because they don't have the pious credits, they can't actually go. And they whatever the sand which they have brought, I can agree.
I will tell you
that is a fraud and this also.
If moon surface is not entirely made up of water, the cool rays cannot come from the moon. If it is covered by the water earth element, then that much portion is moon has no influence. So, but moon is influencing everywhere and every time, all over.
Minor portion can be there, and the
but wherever that minor portion is, that much will be affected, na?
Subtly कर सकते हैं.
What subtly? Subtle कुछ नहीं. एक ही है. जो है वो है.
Subtle हो सकता है ना.
No, why I am asking, making this discussion? Because we can prove that point.
Which
but
point?
Concluding that moon does not have the earth element, that we may need some more.
Then talk to Vayu Purana and talk to Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita says Soma is Rasatmaka.
I agree.
Vayu Purana says Soma is made up of condensed water element.
That is also agree.
Fine.
But it does not give the understand that there is no earth element.
एक मेरा प्रश्न था इसके.
I mean, this is just because of my pratyaksh praman with respect to
one of the purports. In one of the purports, Srila Prabhupada is saying that in the moon planet there are soma trees.
What is that?
Soma trees.
मतलब?
सोम जूस जिससे निकलता है तो सोमा ट्रीज से एक्सट्रैक्ट करके सोम जूस निकलता है. ऐसा मैंने पढ़ा है.
But Vayu Purana says that Soma Rasa is extracted from the water evaporated from the earth. From the Bhumandala.
Both can be true. And now when the same statement is taken, trees,
and
now when the trees is taken, tree itself is actually earth element. So it also actually indicates that there are no plants on the moon planet.
There could be plants on the moon planet,
but
which are of the nature of water element, prominently water element. Of course, yeah.
This is again another understanding which is built upon that there is no earth element, it's only the condensed water element.
I am discarding the earth element, at least on the surface. Because the moon, to have that moon effect, the cooling, soothing, that rasa effect. So
majority is there, it can give. It is not just
black. Okay, no problem. For your satisfaction, we can take majority and minority, no problem. But generally, I explain that the surface all over it is moon. It is made up of icy structure. That's why we have that cooling effect. It is for sun is made up of fiery. That's why we have fiery effect. Summer में पता चलेगा हमको. अभी winter में हमको moon का effect पता चल रहा है.
This logic is not directly extrapolate also.
We are not extrapolating. We are just taking literally.
We are not over there. So the same thing we are actually extrapolating it to moon. But that cannot be extrapolated to earth because that is our pratyaksha praman. And if you extrapolate our pratyaksha praman of earth to the moon, that does not match. So,
but earth के लिए water का necessity है. But moon के लिए earth का necessity कितना है हमको पता नहीं. So that we don't know. Because at the very beginning only we established that.
My only aim
The
is
earth is called Dvipa because it needs water. Without drinking water, earth disintegrates and goes into the void. We can't stay only.
And someone may say that if it is condensed water element ice, then people, when they actually want to build their palaces, this, and whenever they want to actually have the gardens, and whenever they want to actually, even with temperatures, okay,
Yes.
their bodily constitution, everything should be according to that. So, but if someone understands, because I did not read Rama and Mahabharata, but you have read, and just it's a discussion too. From any of the incidents, can you actually reduce something that it gives the indication? Like that I'm asking. It is not to actually prove complete this.
See, one thing is that the
gardens
buildings is our concept. For them, their concept is entirely different. Even within the sun also there are buildings.
Yeah, because it can be made with the fiery element.
Same way, with the water element, the buildings are made in the moon.
Yeah, that can exist.
Something like that we have to understand.
But that will be based on the understanding of that everything is that. Okay.
So, Prajeet,
quick, fast.
Somatri का क्या concept है?
I don't know. First time I'm hearing.
Yeah,
somatri hai karke.
Somatri hai.
No, it's okay. It's okay. No, I'm not discarding that. See, there are multiple possibilities for the somarasa to be made. I'm not discarding it. But here I'm highlighting, I'm focusing on this rasa aspect.
Yes.
Because the rasa aspect will have so much connection to it.
Yeah.
And that rasa aspect will discard somebody saying that they landed on the moon. Because in that NASA images, you see there's also sanding. So that's how
even
we
by
discard it.
materialistic scientific logics, there are so many.
And that is one logic. Other logic is that the moon is the abode of the Pitrus and Devatas. It is very easy to go to moon by becoming either Pitru or Devata without any distinction, because you have attend necessary qualification, you go there. That is meant for you and you go there. And if somebody want to go there by force, without their permission, we cannot go. Or somebody may go by force if they are more powerful than them. For example, Ravana, he was more powerful. He went to the moon and defeated Soma. The moon became him. The moon became his. So more powerful people can go. And others, so they'll be difficult to go.
So moon planet is made up of ice as per.
Yes. As per Vayu Purana, the moon is made up of ice.
And so much juice is distributed. Therefore,
the moon service is to distribute nectar for all the people. They describe the moon composed of 16 phases to be the supreme lord, the mind, food, and nectar, and the life of the devatas, pitrus, humans, ghosts, animals, birds, and reptiles, and to be all pervading since it is the cause of all life. From moon, all of these people are sustained. Whatever they need, moon is providing them accordingly. जिसको जिसको जो भी चाहिए सबको दे रहे हैं. एनिमल्स के लिए ग्रास मिल रहे हैं, बर्ड्स के लिए नट्स मिल रहे हैं, रेप्टाइल्स के लिए इंसेक्ट्स मिल रहे हैं, ह्यूमंस के लिए वेजिटेबल्स मिल रहे हैं, पितृस के लिए तर्पण मिल रहे हैं, देवतास के लिए नेक्टर मिल रहे हैं. और क्या चाहिए? The moon is called Manomaya because it is the present of the mind. Virat Rupa, all of you studied. Above the moon, at a distance of 3 lakh yojanas, inspired by the Lord, the 20 constellations, 28 in number, with Abhijit, move clockwise around Meru in the wheel of time. There are technically 27 constellations. The names are not shown. Okay. There are technically 27 constellations, which are the residential quarters of the 27 daughters of the Daksha, who are given in marriage to moon god. So moon god has 27 wives. The 27 wives stay in 27 constellations. Constellation is nothing but a group of 3 to 4 stars, 3 to 4 tarakas. It looks like when you map all the 3-4 stars connect together, it looks like a small bear. That's why in Sanskrit they are called as rikshas. In the Ramayana, Jambavan is called Ruksha Raja, the king of the bears. Ruksha means bear. Because the constellations look like the bear shape, they are called rikshas. In our regular terminology, we call them as nakshatras. There are 27 nakshatras. Each nakshatra is nothing but every star is a aerial mansion. If you remember, the aerial mansion created by Kardama for the pleasure of Devahuti. What all facilities does it have? Like that, every Tara is having similar facilities. Tara, what we see is what nothing but the aerial mansion created by Kardama Muni. It will have a lot of buildings, waterfalls, gardens, lakes, playgrounds. Everything will be there. Dining halls, this, that, everything will be there. So every Tara is the residence of Devatas. What Taras we see in the night, what stars we see, they are all residences of the heavenly beings. Borloka and Sargaloka are residents. 2, 3 come together is called one constellation. Constellation is a group of stars. That is called one nakshatra. That is the residence of one of the wives of the moon or one of the daughters of Daksha. The 2, 3 stars combined together is their residence. They don't live alone. They live with their friends, relatives, family members, etc. So that is understanding. There are 27 are there always. The 28th one is called Abhijit. It comes once in a while and disappears once in a while. It is not always fixed, always visible. Whenever it is visible, it is there. And after some time, it will become invisible. Abhijit constellation is composed of the last part of Ashada and the first part of Shravana constellations. Whenever it comes in between Ashada and Shravana. It takes some area of Ashada, some area of the Shravana, and it appears to be a different constellation. The astronomical works also confirm this. Abhijit is the last part of Ashada and the first part of Shravana, consisting of 4 dandas. It appears there is discrepancy in some versions, but Sri Tagore says that 3 laksha above the moon means 4 lakshas above the sun. So basically, Prabhupada writes 2 lakhs only. Chakrapada writes 3 lakhs. But overall number matches by using 3 lakhs. With 2 lakhs, the overall number does not match. So I used 3 lakh only. So now we have seen sun. Here is the location of the moon. Just above the moon, at a distance of 3 lakh yojanas, is the location of the 27 nakshatras. So literally, moon spends 1 day with one wife. So today moon is in one nakshatra, tomorrow with next nakshatra, next nakshatra, like that. In 27 days, the moon covers 27 nakshatras. So like that. Wife and husband spend time together. So in that way. As you go upward by 2 lakh yojanas, there you see Venus. So Venus moves like the sun, 1 degree behind every day. Sometimes with fast speed, sometimes slow speed, sometimes medium speed. Sometimes behind the sun, sometimes in front of the sun. It is always considered favorable for all people, generally causing rain by its movements and removing evil influence of other planets, which are obstacles to rain.
This is
Shukra Graha. So Venus is the abode of Shukracharya and the other descendants of Bhrigu Muni. Just like the moon is the abode of Pitrus and Sadhyas, Venus is the abode of the descendants of Bhrigu Muni with their leader Shukracharya.
Is it Pitrus and Sadhyas?
Sadhyas.
Sadhyas, right?
One category of Devatas. They were created together by Brahma. 3rd canto, 20th chapter, they are there. Venus is 6 lakh yojanas above the sun. By its movement, it causes rain. It corrects the obstacles to rain caused by other planets. Whenever Venus comes close to Earth, it will create rains to us. So during Gudi Padwa, they see how much rain is going to come this year. Venus is nearby or far. All those things they see.
Venus is a residence place of
Shukracharya and the other descendants of Bhrigu Muni. Shukracharya is also descendant of Bhrigu Muni only. I think his grandson or son. Something like that. 4th canto mein aata hai. Above Venus, as you go a little bit above, there comes Mercury. Mercury is Buddha, the son of moon god. So because of some reason, though moon god married 27 daughters of Daksha, he did not have any children. So moon had a child through the wife of Brihaspati. Her name is Tara. And their son is Buddha. And Buddha has given a planet, and that planet became known as Buddha Graha or Mercury. It is located 2 lakh yojanas above Venus. It moves in a similar fashion like that of the Venus. It is generally auspicious. When it moves away from the sun, then it produces fearful situation with drought, cyclones, and continual clouds. When it is going away from sun, it produces drought, cyclones, and continual clouds.
All earthly planets.
Huh?
All earthly planets.
For us, because Shastra is meant for us. So here we have those effects because of that. Venus is good for all at every time. Mercury is good generally, but when Mercury is going away from sun, it produces
drought, cyclone. So this is Adidevika.
Adidevika, yes. Adidevika.
This is beyond our control.
Beyond our control. Adidevika.
How it moves
how it moves is not the subject for today. For that, you need to read astronomy book. In that it is there. Mercury is 8 lakh yojanas above the sun. It moves similar to Venus. It moves sometimes in front, sometimes in behind the sun. That is also the move, sometimes front, sometimes behind also. Surisdanta. Bhagavatami, there is no information about that.
When this above the sun, this everything is calculated.
It is only one day. It is only on that one day. On the day of Makar Sankranti. Not always. At other day, it comes below the sun and sun goes above Venus, Mercury also.
But then previously it is 3 lakh, here it is 2 lakh, so it should be 5 lakhs above the sun.
Nahin. From sun, moon is 1 lakh. From moon, constellations are 3 lakhs. From sun, constellations are 4 lakhs. Okay. And from constellations, Mercury, Venus is 2 lakhs. 6. And Mercury is another 2 lakhs. Total 8. So like that. Then as you go above by 2 more lakhs, there comes Mars. Mars is the abode of Kartikeya. Who is Kartikeya? And? If not traveling retrograde, it passes through one of the 12 zodiac signs every 3 fortnights. Generally, it is inauspicious, indicating reef. Just like sun is lagging behind by 1 degree every day, the Mars lags behind by 1.5 degree every day. Sun takes 30 days to cover one zodiac sign. Mars takes 45 days to cover one zodiac sign. That means 1.5 years to cover 12 zodiac signs. But Mars goes through retrograde motion. So when it is supposed to go in the backside, it also comes front. That is explained in the Surisdanta. See, your retrograde means going opposite to the normal course. He is supposed to go front, but he goes to the front sometime and comes back, again goes to the front. If he only goes to the front, he will take 1.5 years. If he goes to the front, again comes back and goes, it will take 1.88 years. That's the time required for Mars to complete one revolution. Generally, it is inauspicious. Mars is not good. Mars is Mangala Graha. Parents are worried if their children have Kuja dosha or Mangalik dosha. It is very painful. They need to find out a group match of the same category. Situated above Mars by 2 lakh yojanas is Jupiter. He moves each sign through one parivastara. If not traveling retrograde, it is generally auspicious for the Brahmanas. So Jupiter will take 1 year to pass through one sign. It will take 12 years to pass through 12 zodiac signs. It is very slow. Sun is traveling 1 month in one zodiac sign. Mars is traveling 1.5 months. Jupiter travels in one zodiac sign for 1 year. So like that. And 2 lakh yojanas above Jupiter is Saturn. He travels very slow. It takes 30 months to travel one zodiac sign. 2.5 years, one zodiac sign. And 30 years, 12 zodiac signs. Very slow. So it is said that there are 12 zodiac signs, na? In whichever zodiac sign when you are born. So when Shani enters into the zodiac sign, travels for 2.5 years. His effect will be there upon us. Shani. When Shani enters one Rashi before our Rashi and one Rashi after our Rashi, 3 Rashis, his effect will be there. When he just entered into the previous Rashi, his effect upon us gradually starts. So as he's traveling in the previous Rashi, his effect is gradually increasing. When he's traveling our Rashi, it is peak. When he's moving into next Rashi, adjacent Rashi, his effect is gradually reducing. So 2.5 years here, 2.5 years peak, 2.5 years reduction. Total 7.5 years, Shani has influence upon us. That is called Sadhe Sati. So like that. Saturn takes 2.5 years to pass through one zodiac sign. For example, I was born in January. That is Makara Rashi. So one Rashi before Makara, when Shani enters, Shani's effect will be there upon me. 2.5 years that. When he is in Makara Rashi, his effect will be more on me. That is full peak. That is 2.5 years. When he enters into the next Rashi, his effect is gradually reducing. So 2.5 years is increasing, then 2.5 years peak, 2.5 years reducing. 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. साढ़े सात
मेरा 7.5
हाँ वो नहीं तो अभी क्या करें चांटिंग अच्छे से करो सब निकल जाएगा so situated above Saturn
33 years
decreasing trend में
at the age of 33 एक बीच में बहुत इंटेंस था कुछ ऐसे एक इसमें मुझे अपने विश्व ने
इंटेंस मतलब क्या चल रहा था
मतलब मेंटल बहुत चल रहा था
मेंटल
और बाहर से भी था मतलब
हाँ
वो बहुत ये होता है एक दिन से बहुत नहीं मुझे सही में ये है
हाँ है
ये एक्सपीरियंस किया है
मतलब मेरा कहने का you went through it you tackled it
He has
that's your
already
greatness
crossed that difficult phase.
अभी now slowly reducing
It's reducing phase.
then there is glorious years coming ahead
Yes, Prabhu.
जो 19 years का भी
The
रहता है उसमें ना वो क्या है
वो मुझे पता नहीं ऑस्ट्रेलिया से पूछो
रोजी आप अभी करने वाले तो फिर आप
एस्ट्रोनॉमी मैं करने वाला एस्ट्रोनॉमी नॉट एस्ट्रोलॉजी वो दोनों अलग है situated above Saturn by 1.11 million yojanas are the Saptarishis. Thinking of the welfare of all the people, they rotate clockwise around Dhruvaloka, the abode of Lord Vishnu, known as Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. Bhagavato Vishnu Riyat Paramam Padam.
During science, I think on the time only he is doing so much. After it comes out, then what will happen?
You are Krishna Graha Gruhitatma. You are eclipsed by the Krishna Graha. What Shani will do to you?
when I have guru like Narad Muni
You will not be visible to Shani only. Then how will he show his effect upon you? You are already covered by Krishna Graha.
when I have friend when I have knowledge giving guru like Narad Muni and friends like
Thus, the sages are located right of 2.5 million yojanas above the sun. They rotate around Dhruvaloka in clockwise direction. Pradakshinam prakarmanti. Every day, they make one pradakshina around Dhruvaloka. That is their seva unto Lord Vishnu. So now, here is the Bhumandala. Here is our Lokaloka mountain going all the way up to Dhruvaloka. Within that, we have sun here, 1 lakh yojanas above Bhumandala. Then moon, another 1 lakh. Then 27 nakshatras. Then to Venus. Then Mercury. Then Mars. Then Jupiter. Saturn. Saptarishis. Thus, all these things are located. Now you see, all the grahas are inside the Lokaloka mountain only. Everything is inside only. And everything is within 3 lokas only. In addition to them, we also have zodiac signs, 12 zodiac signs, unlimited tarakas. They are also within this area. They don't go above or outside of the mountain.
These constellations affect only human beings in Bharatavarsha or in general all the other places also?
That may be also there, but that is not spoken for us. The Shastra which is speaking to us only talks about their effect upon us, not about others. The Shastra for them speaks about them, how they were influenced by these things.
And similarly,
There will be influence. Yeah.
They will be moving like this.
Yes,
also.
yes. All the grahas go up and down. All just the sun goes up and down. Jupiter, Saturn also go up and down. Everyone goes up and down. That is a name. Srushti ka name. उनको ना नहीं कर सकते.
Total 5 grahas.
5 के इधर 9 ग्रहास. कितना ग्रहास है इधर?
Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn.
But Moon, Sun, what are they? And Rahu, Ketu, who are they?
Saturn and Rahu.
कभी लॉर्ड शिवा टेम्पल गया नहीं लगता है जी बचपन में जीवन में नवग्रह रहते हैं उधर 7 grass correspond to 7 days of the week plus Rahu and Ketu. They are the navagraha. They are the 9 planets. Earth is not a planet. Never call Earth to be planet. Big offense. Earth will take offense seriously. So it is like that.
Lastly, कुछ एक बार question बस देखना.
I thought almost slide is there. Saptarishi Mandal. Then Dhroloka. Dhroloka description comes in the 23rd chapter.
We hear Saptarishis, they stay in Satyaloka, no?
No. Saptarishi, all the Rishis stay in upper planet, Marloka, Janloka. But Saptarishis are in charges for this Manvantara. The people keep changing for every Manvantara. In the current Manvantara, whoever are Saptarishi, they stay here only. Because they need to be very close to Bhumandala to do the seva immediately. Others also will come and do the needful. Like Saptarishis are like responsible teachers. Others are like guest teachers. They come and do seva as and when required. But these people are held responsible to do this seva.
Saptarishis can be visible.
We see the question mark we see in the sky. They are visible.
It is a very huge planet, no, Broji?
Star. They are all 7 stars.
Star size कैसा होता है Broji? How like
star ice cube हुआ?
नहीं star नहीं. मेरा मतलब है कि what is the shape of the stars? Is it like circle?
It may be circle, may not be circle. Since it is brightly shining, we see it as a circle. Since we are looking at from far distance. It's like that.
Can we see other planets because they are
क्या ना सब planets है ना इधर?
नहीं ऐसा देख सकते हैं.
Sun, moon,
visible eyes देख सकते हैं.
हाँ भी देख सकते हैं. You can use telescope and see them. Where are they situated? You have app also in that night sky app will be there. In that you can find out where the planets are located.
Satellites देख सकते.
In the darkness we can see. In the darkness the planets also is shown like the stars only. They're far distant. They look like small size. We can see all the planets because moon is close by. We see it bigger. Sun is so bright we can see sun. Other planets are little far and small, and we can see them in the night time as small twinkling stars. Okay.
Yes.
This is from chapter 22. 21-22 talks about sun, moon, and few other planets, all the Saptarishis. 23 talks about Dhroloka. And some missing points here and there, they also added onto it. And chapter 24 talks about Bhuvarloka and 7 lower planetary systems. Which are there in the Bhumandala here. Bhuvarloka is between moon and Bhumandala. This entire intermediate area where lesser devatas are situated, that is being spoken. You remember, Lord Brahma creates
between Svargaloka and
from moon to pole star. These are Svargaloka. Between moon and Bhumandala is Bhuvarloka. Because moon is 1 lakh yojana sabo na. So in that way.
तो यहाँ पे इसके बीच में पितृलोक वगैरह रहता है.
किधर बीच में? The moon itself is Pitraloka, sir. Half of the moon is Pitraloka, where Pitrus are residing. Whenever Rama and Mahabharata talks about Pitraloka, that is indicating moon. Moon is the actual Pitraloka.
So if someone's in one's family, when does some pious credit, you don't have a connection with them.
Not just pious credits. For devotees to go back to spiritual world, what is the sadhana?
No, not for devotees.
Just answer.
Bhakti yoga.
What it involves?
Worshipping the Supreme God.
Bas, how?
9 months.
Shravanam, Smaranam, all these things. Same way, if somebody want to go to Pitraloka also, there is a special sadhana, which is mentioned in the Vedas. One need to follow that sadhana, then they'll go to there. They'll go to that world. Just by doing some ordinary pious activity, one cannot go. Normal piety accumulates in the form of punya that may award one better birth in the next life. taking birth in the aristocratic family, wealthy family. But if somebody with the intention of going to Swarga follows the rules and regulations mentioned in the Vedic literatures, then they will go to Swarga. Not just like that. See, we are chanting Harinam after being initiated by spiritual master. Somebody else also might be chanting Harinam outside. We are chanting Harinam with a desire to go back home, back to Godhead. Outside people are just like chanting Harinam. What will happen to them?
It will add into the security. And according to the karma of their daily position, Papa and Punya, daily position according to their planets. And when the security gets matured, the bhakti element would start irrespective of the life whatever they get.
ये भक्ति एलिमेंट अगर छोड़ दिया, for example, सुकृति एलिमेंट छोड़ दिया, they are taking Hari now. So what is the reason?
If they are performing regular day-to-day varnashram duties and also doing some chanting, the chanting will give them the respect to varnashrama duty results of fullest. The fine results, the best form of the results will be awarded. The bhakti component of chanting, not with the intention of going back to God when they do it, that will provide them the getting of the varnashrama results of the fine quality or the fullest caliber. So like that. If one practices bhakti with the intention to go back to God, that will be awarded. Without that desire, if one practices bhakti, whatever one is desiring, that will come of good quality. So like that. That result will come of better quality.
This lifetime.
No, this lifetime or next lifetime. Sure, result will come one day, it will come. Prarabdha, Kutam, Bijam.
But not in the heavenly planets.
If required, I mean, if they are performing the duties according to which can take them to Sarga, it will happen.
उनका कोई conception ही नहीं है next life कुछ रहता है, लेकिन तो फिर यहाँ पर ही मिलेगा.
हाँ, yes. यहाँ पे wealthy family में जन्म लेगा. They will get birth in the what you can say, very pristine environment in the midst of the sattvic minded people. Peaceful life they will have, as good as Swarga. So like that. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to discuss all these things. So we'll stop here and we'll continue tomorrow morning with 23rd chapter.